wherever you are in this brilliant, brilliant universe. I'm Vanya Silverton. I am a master energy healer and teacher. And today we are going to explore the art of channeling. It is one of the most beautiful skills that we can acquire. It is a skill that can be used for many, many, many different things. It's like one of these skills that are just can be populated to help us speak better, to help us be inspired, to help us connect to more extraordinary downloads of information coming through, to helping us use more eloquent speech, to actually commanding reality with our words, to vision questing for a brighter future and learning to navigate our lives towards that, to giving messages to other people to benefit their lives, to speaking to large audiences, so from one to many, because a lot of times great speakers are actually great channelers of amazing wisdom, to being an extraordinary transmitter of energy medicine. Because let's face it, when we start to channel, we're not only just channeling and speaking words, we're channeling consciousness, we're channeling an energy through our whole being, our whole system to give to the receiver, whether it is for one person or for many people, whether it is for a large audience or for social media, whether it is for you to write a book, right? Or create a project or create a course or teach or whatever, even mother. Like sometimes when I mother, I get a download, a channeled message of what I need to bring to my daughter at a specific moment in time to help her with whatever she's needing help with. So it is an exceptional skill. And I would like to unpack it a little bit more for you so you can understand how you can apply it to your life. But also, this is also to help you become more aware of the greater body of work that I do, which is all around energy healing, which is all around becoming an oracle, a channel, a speaker, which is all around embodiment, soul incarnation, prosperous dharma, like knowing our dharma, knowing how to illuminate our lives. This is all around a deeper body of work around enlightenment, embodiment, empowerment, which we call the eclipse experience. So I'd like to unpack one of the most exciting things which are coming up in the eclipse experience, which is Eclipse Channel, which is why we're doing the art of channeling today. So I look forward to unlocking the magic for you. So channeling. It is an old, ancient thing. It is something that we use a lot in our modern times. Most people that are creators, most people that are healers, most people that are speakers, most people that are here to help bring new information, new technology to humanity are channelers. If you write in a journal, you're channeling a message from your soul, from your higher self, from your future self. If you do card readings on some level, you're learning to channel messages at that level. What I like to help people do is to master their channeling abilities so that they get closer and closer and closer to communicating with the truth of the universe. Because that is really what a channeler is all about. It's about us locating the truth, the exact truth at the exact time for the receiver and being able to gift that to the world. And truth is the highest frequency in the universe. Truth sets us free. If we can find, locate, and know the truth and learn to speak it, then it can hold extraordinary results for people, as in it can sometimes heal people's body from illness. It can help people make sense of certain situations that they're in. It can help people navigate their life better because the exact, precise, truthful message is given. So it's a very, very profound skill. Very, very profound skill. I was actually just last night with a friend of mine, and I was we were doing card readings because she's like having a love crisis, right? We always get to this moment of a love crisis. And we were playing with the cards. I've got these beautiful oracle cards that we play with. If you haven't got some, they're really gorgeous ones, the Soul Star ones I've made. And the question was, am I going to have children? And I put the cards down and the cards looked really awful. And I could have read the cards and be like, no, you're not having any children. Doesn't look like it's going to be good, right? With what the cards are saying. But then a deeper channeled message came through in that moment. Like a very clear, precise channel message came through and was like, yes, you can have children, but what these cards are saying is that there's a lot of old toxicity energy around your family that needs to go in order for you to open up your vessel to be able to be a better mom and to have children and to have a family. Like there's a big lot of clearing that needs to happen for this to occur. As soon as I told that to her, she went And all the stuff that she needed to clear out of her system and her body, she actually went outside and vomited and got rid of all the old toxic family stuff so that she could be open to having children. So this is how powerful channeling can be. Channeling is where we learn to communicate such deeply with the precise truth of the universe that we actually, with our words, we shift and change the molecules of reality. We shift and change the molecules of reality to behave in a new way, because that's how the quantum works. Once we see things in a new way, once we see the truth, it gets revealed and we get to unlock reality to behave in a new way, which then also means as a channel, you have a very profound gift to help shape reality. We have a very profound gift to help revolutionize reality so that we can reshape life with our words and move life into more positive ways or better ways or into a brighter future. So it also holds a lot of power, the channel. It's a very, very powerful skill. And to be able to do this is a skill that not many people have. I have become a channel over many, many, many years of working very, very diligently, speaking, teaching courses, creating courses, doing lots of one-to-one sessions. And I noticed through all the work, because sometimes before we get to be able to put a course out into the world, like our Eclipse Channel certification, you have to have mastered the craft. And so I've been very fortunate that I've mastered the craft of channeling. And what I noticed through all my work, that there was a pattern that we could follow in order for us to become more clearer and more truthful channels to bring our work out into the world, right? And so Eclipse Channel certification was born. And I realized that we all can have the art of channeling. We can all, if we know the template, if we know the way that how energy falls in the universe, if we know how truth exists and how it can manifest, and if we just know how to be a little bit sensitive to energy and frequencies, then we can channel very beautiful, precise information with our words, right? With our words. And so what I did is I spent, a good year or two reflecting on all the work I'd done, and I noticed a pattern. I noticed there was a pattern in the way that people need to hear the truth, because that's ultimately what a channel does. A channel says, I will find the truth and I will give the truth, right? Because the truth is of a channel is we could channel a lot of different things. We could go channel Mars, we could go channel Venus, we could go channel the gods and the goddesses of the universe, we could go channel all the different angels if we wanted to, we could channel all the different trees, we could channel all the different flowers, because everything has a energy imprint and everything has a consciousness and everything has a way for us to contact and communicate with it, right? Which is what I call being a dynamic channel. And we do teach being a dynamic channel, connecting to all of this and learning to contact everything in the universe and talk to it, right? In the Eclipse Channel certification. But we don't usually teach dynamic channel stuff towards the end of the course. Why? Because it's much more important that we learn to channel the truth first, right? We learn to channel the truth first. If we can learn to channel the truth, if we can learn to feel the frequency and the vibration of the truth, if we can learn to let our little body become a conduit, right, that can tune into the truth like a radio station, if we can train our psychic abilities of psychic seeing and psychic knowing and hearing and feeling to actually align to the truth, then it becomes much easier for us to pick up the consciousness of truth that needs to be said. So this is a lot of the work we do in Eclipse Channel. It's a lot about training the body like a radio station to pick up the frequency of truth, right? To pick up the frequency of truth. And then from there, once we've tuned into it, our channel gets bigger, and we actually see through the course people's channel, their light channel, go from very skinny down their central core to starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, so that they can handle more consciousness, more light flowing through them, more energy moving through them, so that they can actually speak it and gift it to the world, right? So it's a very beautiful process of training the body, training the cells, training the psychic senses, training the field to actually just keep aligning to and connecting to the truth. And so for me, just this on its own is a very profound mastery that we do, because If we can do that, then we're not going to get sidetracked by other bits of information or manipulated by anything else or interfered with by anything else. And we just learn to keep connecting to the ultimate truth of the universe. And really, let's face it, that's ultimately where we want to keep pointing the compass of our being to. Particularly if you are a psychic or an intuitive or a healer or someone who's on the spiritual path, there is no other thing we want to point our compass needle to other than the truth. So just by developing this, we actually also then simultaneously develop the way that we walk down our spiritual path as well. So it has multiple layers to it throughout this 2-month process that I take everybody through. So then once that happens, right, once we get everything all tuned and the body tuned, and we do various exercises to get that. And sometimes it's also releasing fears of connecting to the truth, fears of becoming a channel, fears of what will happen if I know the truth, fears and all that stuff, because that can block us. So we might have to do a little bit of energy clearing along the way, which is all good. So you might feel some stuff wanting to release from your body now. And we just keep training ourselves to connect to the truth. And then the next thing that begins to happen is that once we train ourselves to connect to the truth, we then learn to feel the frequency of truth. And then we learn to put that frequency of truth into words. Because that's the gift of the channel. The channel brings heaven down to earth. The channel tunes into the highest truth and learns to bring it through with words, with speaking, to gift it to the world. So it becomes a practical thing. Like there's no point channeling without being able to speak it, right? That's where the deep gift is, actually speaking the truth out. Now that is becoming a more of a difficult skill, right? Because it's very easy for us to sometimes train ourselves and connect to a higher vibration and to feel that as a Zen master. But it's a whole other skill that we need to develop to actually bring it into words, and into words that allow the receiver to fully hear it, into words that allows the receiver to be fully touched by it. Because that's the other thing I learned through my years of being a channel, working with lots of people. There are multiple ways that you can say the truth, right? Sometimes the truth needs to be said beautifully. Sometimes the truth needs to be said very powerfully. Sometimes the truth doesn't need to be said, and we know it's sacred information. Sometimes, and just knowing, right? Sometimes we have to give bits of the truth in order for someone to actually fully arrive at the truth. So there's a whole lot of mastery that comes with, hey, can I even communicate the truth in words? And B, can I communicate the truth in the exact precise way that allows the receiver to have an extraordinary and profound shift? This is what the Eclipse Channel Certification aims for, that we create such mastery with the way that we use our words and the way that we say it out, because we can influence reality in so many different ways, because there's a power that happens when you become a channel, right? In a way that actually perfectly aligns to the receiver. Now that's an art. That is the art of channeling, right? And likewise, can I know a truth of information I need to speak, and can I say it in the right way to gift it to 10 people at once, 50 people at once, 100 people at once, 200, 300, 400, 1,000 people at once? Can I hold the truth for 1,000 people and learn to say it in a way that 1,000 people can receive it, right? That is a skill in itself, right? So this is what we teach on the Eclipse Channel Certification. It has multiple layers of teaching through it so that you become excellent at your craft, right? You become excellent at your work. We also teach you how to stack information upon information to even bring higher information. So the only way I can describe it in the short amount of time I have, because remember we go over 2 months, is to show you or tell you that we learn to connect to the truth like little light particles. And if you can imagine a telescope, I know this might sound a little bit, where you stack light particles on top of light particles on top of light particles, and you look through a telescope, all the light particles line up, and then you've got like a stream of consciousness that comes through. So the way I teach Eclipse Channel is I teach you how to break up the truth, which is the light, into many, many light particles like stars. And one by one, those stars pop through you with the consciousness you're meant to speak about. And it's a very, very beautiful template of how we do this. So that means that I can literally go connect to the truth, receive one word from the truth, one word. Or the word I might get might be, all I can think of is enlightenment. That's the only word I can think of. But you could use any word. One word. I get one word given. Because you think sometimes as a channel, you need to be given all these words. The words come down from heaven. They say all these words, and then all these words come out of you. But it doesn't actually work like that. We're playing with energy. So the way it works is that we get one word. And that one word opens up a big lot of light. And from that light, we learn to take that one word and put it through a lot of other templates so that we can clearly understand the consciousness that's coming down, and then clearly be able to, with each template, give the message. With each template, give the message. With each template, give the message. And then as a channel, you can speak for an hour by just knowing one word. That's all it is. And if you can get what I'm trying to say here, because it's actually very simple, yet it's very profound. Because a great channel, you have to understand, is so in a place of co-creation with the divine universe. And a great channel is on some very, very deep level already awakened and enlightened to gather the high vibrational awareness of stuff, right? So we teach you how to get to these places, but mostly people who want to learn channeling is because they feel a deep connection to the light. They've gone on some journey to understand what truth is in the universe. They've gone on a journey to understand what love is. They've gone on a journey to understand what abundance is. So automatically, through your own journey you've taken yourself on, you get to have a relationship with the divine. You get to have a relationship with the truth. And so as a channel, when we have that deep co-creation relationship, all we need is one word. And that one word can flower into a whole hour of talking. That one word can flower into a whole reading for someone for 30 minutes, for an hour. That one word can create beautiful, deep impact for the person just from one word. And so I stripped down channeling to the most simplest, profound way to be able to channel high vibrational consciousness for over 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. It's pretty wild, right? Because for many people, it's like, well, how do you channel, right? Which word do I choose? Who's talking to me? What's going on? Well, I strip all of that down for you until you learn how to channel with just one word for 1 hour. I know that sounds pretty out there, but it's very, very simple and very, very profound once you know how to do it. How to do it. Remember, one word, but you're knowing how to speak that one word for a whole hour in a way that the receiver can hear it and understand it and comprehend it and get healing from it and be awakened by that one word and learn to ascend from that place and learn to create action from that space in their life. So it's a very, very beautiful, beautiful process. So that is it kind of in a nutshell. Obviously, we elaborate even more on it, because when we start to dive into Eclipse Channel, we learn the basis kind of thing of what I've told you. And then we go deeper into knowing the directions of the universe. We call them the 6 Ds, right? The 6 Ds. Because this entire universe, sorry, let me say it another way. The receiver is a person, right? Whether it's one person or many people. Everybody wants direction. That's what I realized. When I sat in front of thousands and thousands of people doing readings, they all came because they wanted direction. They wanted direction on love. They wanted to know their direction for their business. They wanted to know the direction of what to do in a relationship. They wanted to know the direction of their life purpose. People are just after direction. If you look at all the great books, if you look at all the great courses in this universe, if you look at all the great speakers or the people that just look up to and like, oh my God, this person's amazing, it's because they're giving the person direction. Direction. So the next component of Eclipse Channel is we learn to give direction to people with our words, with our channeling, right? So we get one word, we pop it through the templates I teach you on to speak, and then we can pop it through a direction template so that we can help the person move them along to bigger, better, brighter pastures, right? Because remember, as an oracle, as a channel, I'm helping people to move into a bigger, better, brighter place, right? I have that. That's the gift. That's the power. We're motivating, elevating people to new levels. And so if we give them direction and they move their life in that direction, things start to move and change for them. So it's got a lot of beautiful healing qualities to it, right? So the 6 Ds we look at, the 6 different directions, and we spend like a class on each of these because it's all live training. The first one is distance, that which you need to keep distance from, right? Because there are some things in our life that we must move away from, we must avoid, we must not entangle ourselves, and we must let go of, we must let die, right? So the first direction is distance. The second direction is desire, right? We all have a desire, a passion, a thing that needs to be fulfilled. Like, can I follow my desires? Can I trust my desires? Or are the desires I'm having, are they wrong, right? Are they a little bit moving me in the wrong direction and I need to readjust my desires, right? So desire is the second one. The third one is duty. We all have a duty. And so sometimes you get people coming and they're wanting to go and do these extraordinary things in their life, which is great and fine, but they have a duty. Maybe they've got children and they have a duty to their children. Maybe they have duty to their parents. Maybe there is a duty there that they have to fulfill. And that can be very satisfying and beautiful for someone to hear what their duty is. Because sometimes our duties are, we don't always want to do them, but we have to. Like I'd really like to go and live in Bali and drink coconuts and have massages all the time, but I have a child. So my duty is to look after my child. And then from that duty, I get to maybe create more of a Balinese lifestyle in my home, right? But that's where I'm at with it, because that is the duty, but that's the truth, right? Maybe there's a time where I get to take my child to Bali and off we go. But at the moment, this is the duty. So duty is a very powerful thing for us to give direction to for people, right? Sometimes people have duties in their business. They have duties to their students, their clients, their partners. Like, things just have to be fulfilled. So that's a direction. The fourth direction is destiny, right? We all have a bigger destiny, a bigger thing to look for, a bigger purpose, a bigger direction, a bigger vision, our higher self, our destiny, right? So that's the fourth direction. The fifth direction is your dharma, right? What you're putting your energy into, the service, dharma, the service of who you are and what you're doing, how you're cultivating your life to move towards your dharma. And the sixth direction is divinity, because we all have a spiritual path. We all choose to become more divine every single day. Otherwise, how do we get to meet love? How do we get to meet joy? How do we get to meet peace? How do we get to meet prosperity? Right? So that is the second component of the Eclipse channel. And that's where we start to build upon everything. You can kind of see the journey we're going on, right? We train our body and our systems to be connect to the truth. We learn how to read frequencies with one word. Through that one word, we learn to pop it through templates so that we can speak to one to many for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes of profound information. One word and 60 minutes of profound information. And I know, because I've practiced this. I usually go on with some of my masterclasses and I know 1 or 2 words. You're going to speak about this, this, and that. And I'm like, okay. And off I go. And somehow it all just falls into place because I can feel the templates of consciousness moving through me of how I need to express them. So it's very, very powerful, very simple. And then the next bit, we move into the directions, the 6 directions of how to direct the energy to create the truth in the person's life. And then the third part is how to become a dynamic channel. Because let's face it, it's also fun to speak to everything in the universe. I have a lot of fun speaking to the trees. I have a lot of fun communicating sometimes with the stars, sometimes with water. Like sometimes I go to sacred water and me and the water just have a good old conversation about life. Sometimes, I'm in sacred sites and the sacred site starts to communicate to me and I start to channel information, right? Sometimes it might be learning to channel my child, like to see what her deeper part of her wants to say to me so I understand things. You can use this to communicate to all the different angels in the universe, to different times. You can even go back in time and communicate with Cleopatra if you wanted to, or Caesar, or who else is in our past time, or go and speak to all I can think of is a caveman. Well, why not? So you can become a dynamic channel through this process too, and learn to communicate with anything and everything in this universe, because everything in this universe is consciousness. And every bit of consciousness returns back to the light. So if we learn how to connect to that, then we can tune into anything like a radio station and communicate with that too. So that's the last part of the Eclipse channel training, because why not have a little bit of fun with it? It's such a brilliant course. I can't tell you. It's so genius. It comes off the flower of life pattern. So if you're into sacred geometry, it ripples off the flower of life. So it has a very beautiful blossoming energy to it. It fits perfectly, the Eclipse channel course fits perfectly with Eclipse Coach, which is all around embodiment and soul incarnation. So in Eclipse channel, you're kind of downloading the light from the universe and learning to communicate with light particles. Then we get to Eclipse Coach, right? And then you're learning to embody it. So you learn how to incarnate your light into your body, right? Which is what the coaching certification is. We do that more towards the summertime, spring, summer. And then that also brings us into Eclipse Beacon, which is all around you becoming an extraordinary leader in this world, and how that the light particles that you've all kind of embodied and understood and communicated with, you gift it to the world like a revolutionary force. And it all comes off the flower of life system. So there's a geniusness behind the work I'm delivering, which is why I suggest you go and explore it, because it will bring everything you already know together at a new level, and it will take you to a new level. Because I know a lot of you out there are extraordinary healers, light workers, have been on the path, spiritual path, and you've kind of reached the ceiling. You've reached the ceiling in your work, or you've reached the ceiling in your work and then kind of given up, and it's like, I don't even know where to go anymore. Or you're just feeling like nothing new's coming, right? This is going to like put you to the new place. But underneath it all, this work helps you to know your sovereign brilliance and move into orgasmic totality, because it wakes up the body like nothing else, and live an illuminated and prosperous life, with your Dharma and stuff. So it is very, very beautiful. I'm very excited to teach this year's Eclipse channel. It is the second year I'm teaching it, which means it's going to get better, because every year I teach, everything gets better and better. The work gets faster. The students connect quicker. We have a lot of fun. There's a gorgeous community there. We have the last year's class are still channeling with each other. They've got this little WhatsApp group, and they're still channeling and doing meetups every week and giving each other channeled messages and everything like that. So there's a beautiful community to come and play with. If you are after a path of enlightenment, this Eclipse channel will also give you a path towards enlightenment. Like, that's how profound it is. I'm somebody who likes to create. When I put all this work together, I was like, give me one system that does multiple things. Like, that was my quest to the universe. Give me one system that does multiple things. That one system obviously created Channel, Coach, and Beacon, all my certifications. But if we look purely at Eclipse channel certification, it gives so many tools and so many skills. It connects you to the light. It connects you to truth. It helps you to read frequencies in the universe. It helps you to communicate, speak up. It helps you to learn that you can channel and transmit energy, consciousness through your whole body, so that your whole being's like a transmitter of information that can heal, that can awaken reality in new ways, that can open up new gateways and doors in your life. It's a path of enlightenment, so that you're going to learn how to evolve through lower vibrations and frequencies into higher ones. So it's a path of ascension. You learn the skill to channel for yourself. You learn the skill to channel for another person. You learn the skill to channel for many people, like audiences. And you learn how to become a dynamic channel connecting to all the different things in the universe. So it's a profound skill, and it does a lot of different things, which is what I like most about it, because I don't know, I just think if something is truly genius, it's got to do many things at once. And this is what this certification does. And I'm very proud to say it has been recognized by the International Institute of Complementary Therapies. So it has a little IICT little badge on it, so you can go get membership and insurance with them. So that's also very exciting. And it's just phenomenal. I just can't tell you. And we are in a group for 2 months. We meet weekly. It's live. It's not recordings, right? There are some recordings because sometimes it's good to have extra recordings and stuff, but everything's live, and we go very deeply together on a live space because I think it's the only way for us to really develop. So it's not like a boring, I'm on my own kind of course. It's live. We work together. We train together to bring this work to you. And we're starting our opening ceremony next Thursday. Our early bird ends next Thursday. And then I give you 1 week integration. So you have a 1 week integration week. And then we start beginning the deeper work the following week. So that's after, I think, the 17th of February. So you've got some time to come and join, but not that much time. So now's the time to join. We have discovery calls that you can book in for if you want a discovery call to understand more about my work or the bigger work in the Eclipse experience. So you might want to come for just Eclipse channel, or you might want to come for the whole year and do the whole Eclipse experience, which is a 12-month journey, which is beautiful. So beautiful, where we do all the certifications and so much more. And we also have a Mystic Season bundle, because in my world, each of the certifications, Eclipse channel, and then we've got Eclipse coach, and we've got Eclipse speaker, they each have a season: Mystic Season, Temple Season, Creator Season. So we're in the Mystic Season at the moment, right? So there also is a Mystic bundle available to you, which has Eclipse channel, Psychic Self-Defense in it, which is going to be an amazing course, how to, not let the external energies influence you or attack you or any of that stuff. Very, very, very good Psychic Self-Defense. We also have Psychic Mastery, Illuminated Prosperity in the Mystic bundle, which is an amazing journey into unlocking prosperity with light molecules. We have Millionaire Mystic, because this work, you can earn some good money out of it. I've had a whole career out of being a mystic, and I've created millions out of it. So there's also the Millionaire Mystic course, because you can get really beautiful money. I mean, this is the other thing about channeling. I get excited by what the connection to the universe and the world and everything, but actually channeling is the one skill that's actually brought me a lot of money. It's given me amazing sessions. It's made me travel around the world. I've created courses. It's the skill that's brought me the abundance in my life. It's the skill that's brought me the abundance in my life. And so yes, so the Millionaire Mystic is also part of the bundle, and the Soul Star cards and the is also part of the bundle too, and they're pretty amazing. If you don't have a pack, Soul Star Destiny cards will rock your world. Again, it comes on the same system, the Flower of Life system I was talking about with Eclipse channel, and that's all part of the Mystic bundle. And that's at 333. There are payment plans. Eclipse certification on its own is 222. Payment plans available. And just come hang out. There is a world of stuff for you. I truly, absolutely invite you into this one. It's going to be a beautiful 2 months. The souls that are coming in are super high, beautiful vibe energy. Like, it does attract a higher vibe of person into the containers. So I'm really pleased to meet who joins this year, and just to be with you at a very, very deep level, to develop your training and your channeling skills. Yeah. If you have any questions, sorry, I've just gabbled on for a while now. I love talking, obviously, love channeling. So just channel. I didn't even know what I was doing. I usually like running around being a mom, and it's like, we're going to do the court. It's like, and it just all comes through. So yes, if you have any questions, you can write them into the chat. I think Debbie's saying, I feel this truth. Alice saying, hello. Thursday blessings to Alma. Fatima. And if we take one part like psychic self-defense, can we have certification for the class? No, the Eclipse certification absolutely comes, the certificate comes with the Eclipse channel course. That's where the certification is, because it's such an intense experience. Like we go very deep, like that. This is certification level. The psychic self-defense is a masterclass. It's not training. So it's a masterclass that you can apply to yourself. It's a masterclass that you'll be able to pass on information to for your students and stuff like that. But the real training, the real certification is in Eclipse channel. And all these other masterminds I have on the side all help support, because it's all part of the same teachings, really. I'm just showing you how to use the same teachings in different ways. Okay. Other question. Oh, the psychic. Oh, no. Stephanie has answered that one. Psychic self-defense is a mastermind which does not include the certification. Amazing. Sarah saying, can you explain what the course is about? Is that the psychic self-defense or the Eclipse channel? Eclipse channel is a channeling certification where you will learn how to channel sacred information, the truth, and it will teach you how to become a dynamic channel. Pretty much everything I've explained in this video will explain what Eclipse channel certification does. So maybe rewatch it, because it is a certification. It is a very beautiful, intense, masterful process, which is so simple yet so profound. Where you learn to be a dynamic channel, speak to many people, learn to channel the truth, learn to unlock reality with your words. Very, very powerful course. And then we have the psychic self-defense, the other live one coming up, which is a mastermind. And we're going to go through how to protect your energy from negative influences, how to be from psychic attacks, psychic hooks, negative energies, from learning how to do shamanic energy clearings and things like that. So it's a different energy. That mastermind psychic self-defense is very different. But yet the channeling, Eclipse channeling, will give you such high vibrational skills that when you learn the psychic self-defense, it becomes a very easy thing for you to reapply. Ella has just had to join on the replay because she had to get to the seaside. What a nice life. Gotta love the sunshine. And then something retreat planned on the Eclipse channel or other? I'd love to attend. We have a few things coming up. We have a course in London coming up called Soul Brilliance, and we're going to learn how to play with the Soul Star cards. So they'll be channeling in the London Soul Brilliance 2-day workshop. That's coming up in March 7th and 8th. And then we have the retreats. The retreats are the Living Goddess retreat. There's only 6 places left on that. And the Living Priestess retreat, 3 places left on that. And that goes into learning how to do initiations, how to work with the body, with sexual energy and love for the goddess. And then the priestess is around initiations, learning to use your voice as a bridge of consciousness, being a sacred channel. So that would be, the Living Priestess would be the one. I would highly recommend that you all have a look at the website. There is so much going on there. Go to the schedule page. If you go there, it's going to have everything I do for the year. And you'll be able to click on it and go and explore it and have a look at all the different features and options, because I offer a lot. Like sometimes I think, how am I actually doing all this? But obviously something is moving through me to help me. There are certifications, there are masterminds, there are retreats. So much is happening in my world, so much. I would recommend, maybe Steph, if you're around, you can pop the schedule link on the page. But if you look at the schedule page, it's going to list everything. The retreats are in end of July, August. So they're beautiful. We get to be one-to-one. We get to be in a very beautiful little place. It's very tropical. The women there are amazing. I love the retreats so much. Like, they are an absolute blessing, the retreats. So yes, they are available too. People, I love my work. I have been doing my work for so long, like literally 12, 15 years as a professional, but not just as a professional. I mean, like dedicated on the path professional. I have done over 18,000 hours of private healing sessions. That's a lot. It's a lot of people. That's a lot of things I've seen. That's a lot of things I've worked through. That's a lot of things I've channeled. I've taught over 250 live workshops in 8 different countries around the world on psychic development, intuitive development, healing. I've retreats around the world. Like I have a body of work for you. All the body of work I give to you is because I have worked in the field. And through working in the field, I've seen the pattern. There is a pattern. There is a pattern to consciousness. That's why everything's come off the flower of life in my eclipse experience. There's a pattern of consciousness. There's a pattern to how we embody our soul. There is a pattern to how we can channel and communicate with everything in the universe. There is a pattern to how we can become great leaders and influence reality. And yes, it's very beautiful to see this pattern playing out again and again and again and again. And I teach the same pattern in so many different ways throughout my work so that you can learn to manifest with it, embody with it, channel with it, awaken your sexual energy with it. Like it's exquisite, truly exquisite, truly exquisite. I think that's all I need to say. I think the last thing I need to say is come along. Like there is a whole journey for you. Certifications, masterminds, take it to a professional level, take your work to the next level. Begin, you know, we have the thing about my work, which again, why it's so genius, or the system so genius, is that it will take you wherever you are and take you to the next level. Right? Because that was the other thing I asked for. I wanted one system for everything, but I also wanted one system that could take whoever took it, wherever they were at, to a new level. So I've had people that have just begun, have had no experience, and it works. I've had people that have had a lot of experience, a lot of training, a lot of awareness, a lot of life, and they take it and they go to another level. Right? So be aware there is a deep mastery waiting for you. And when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So if you are that student ready, the teacher has appeared. The teacher has appeared. All right, my gorgeous people. The Oracle training will be up for another week or so. There was a free training that happened. Please jump on that. Minimum, go jump on the free Oracle training. You'll find that on the website as well. And maximum, come for the whole eclipse experience, which is a whole year journey. But I definitely 100% invite you into Eclipse channel, which is happening very, very soon. 2 months. We're going places. I look forward to being your guide. So thank you so much. Oh, I got balloons. How did that happen? I think that's when you do all these weird things on Instagram. You get some interesting patterns coming up. Anyway, I see you soon. I think ending with a prayer might be the thing we need to do. So Mother, Father, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, our families, the winds, the waters, the earth, the sea, the land, the birds, the bees, the trees, the sun, the moon, the stars, the sky. We thank you for who we are and who we are all becoming. Ah, beautiful. I see you around. Email us, check out the website, book in for a discovery call, and let's go to new places.